Okay, let's just jump right in. Because what we're talking about today is a complete and total game changer. Imagine building apps, games, websites, whatever you want, with no coding skills, none, just your voice. It's called Vibe Coding with Gemini 3, and honestly, it is absolutely mind-blowing.
And let me tell you, that quote, it's not an exaggeration. This is a monumental shift. The whole idea that yes, you can literally talk an idea into existence without writing a single line of code, well, it's not science fiction anymore. It's here.
So, what is vibe coding really? It's actually super simple. You just describe the vibe, the concept, the functionality of what you want to create, just using plain English. You want a game? Describe it. You need a website? Just talk about it. The AI then becomes your developer, your designer, your engineer. It does the whole thing for you.
But talk is cheap, so let's see this thing in action. We're going to walk through 4 different tests, starting simple and then getting way more complex, just to show you how powerful this really is. 4 simple prompts, 4 completely different worlds built from scratch. First up, let's do something fun, something interactive. The goal here was to build a classic retro-style game completely from scratch using just 1 sentence as the entire set of instructions.
That's it. That was the entire prompt. Notice how it's not technical at all. It just describes the vibe. Retro, pixel art, collects coins, avoids enemies. It's just an idea, not some complicated technical blueprint.
And the result is, well, it's incredible. In just a matter of seconds, Gemini built a completely playable game. I'm talking working jump mechanics, a character you can move around, enemies that actually chase you, coins to collect, a live score tracker. I mean, everything we asked for was there, all from that 1 sentence. You don't need to know code, you just need an idea.
Okay, for our next test, let's raise the stakes a little bit. Instead of typing a prompt, what if we just talked? What if we recorded a quick voice memo just like you would on your phone?
This was the entire input. Seriously, just a founder thinking out loud, describing their app idea in a simple voice note. There were no wireframes, no design mock-ups, just a spoken thought.
And here's the crazy part. Gemini didn't just turn the words into text. It understood the intent. It built a professional, fully responsive landing page. It had a hero section, feature layouts, even call-to-action buttons. This is a massive leap for anyone out there who has a great idea but doesn't have a technical background.
Okay, ready for the next level? Because for this test, we're going to take it even further. This time, we're generating video by connecting Gemini to other powerful tools, like Google's video model, Veo.
Now, what's really cool here is the use of references. We're not just describing a scene from scratch, we're actually feeding it images to guide the AI's aesthetic. We're giving it a visual vibe to match for the city's style, the sunset, the lighting, everything.
And wow, the result is just stunning. A high-quality, cinematic video clip with flying cars zipping through a city, all bathed in the exact sunset lighting from the reference image. This gives creators an incredible amount of control to direct the mood and style without needing any fancy video editing software. All right, for our final and most ambitious test, we wanted to build something genuinely useful, a tool that solves a real-world problem and pulls in live data. The real deal. Now just stop and think for a second about what this prompt is actually asking for. Traditionally, building an app with maps, databases, user reviews, and a search function, that would take a whole team of developers weeks, maybe even months. And yet, Gemini built it. A fully functional app with Google Maps integrated right in, showing interactive pins for all the coffee shops. It had a live search bar that worked and a real system for users to leave reviews. This proves that vibe coding isn't just for making cool demos. It's for building real tools that solve actual problems.
So you've seen what it can do, but how in the world is any of this even possible? What's going on under the hood that lets a simple description turn into a complex, working application?
What we're seeing here is the entire rulebook for software development being thrown right out the window. Instead of writing, debugging, and compiling code over weeks and months, you now just describe, refine, and iterate in minutes or hours. The most important skill isn't knowing a programming language anymore, it's having a clear idea. So what's the secret sauce here? Well, a few core things make it all work. If there's a bug, you can just tell it what's wrong. With something called annotation mode, you can literally click on a button and say, make this bigger. And maybe most importantly, it uses multi-step reasoning. It actually thinks and plans out the entire build process, just like a human developer would.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, this is amazing, I want to try this.
So let's quickly go over some best practices that'll help you bring your own ideas to life.
It really just boils down to these 5 simple things. 1. Be concise. Get to the point. 2. Be precise. Don't just say, make it look good. Say, use a dark theme with blue accents. 3. Steer the style by describing the feel you're going for. 4. Use reference images whenever you can for visual stuff. And finally, number 5, iterate. Your first try is just a starting point. Keep refining your prompts until it's perfect.
So, let's just zoom out for a second. What does all of this really mean? When the biggest barrier to creating software is no longer a technical skill, but just your imagination, what happens next?
And this really is the central question, isn't it? If you can build an app just by describing it, does the very definition of who a developer is completely change?
The answer is yes. The power to create is being democratized for everyone. Founders can now build and test a prototype in a single afternoon. Marketers can spin up new landing pages without waiting for a dev team. Content creators can make their stuff more interactive on the fly. That massive barrier to entry, it's basically gone.
We are officially entering an era where technology is no longer the bottleneck. For the very first time, the only thing standing between a brilliant idea and a working product is your ability to clearly describe it. The question is no longer can you build it, it's can you imagine it?